Hi everybody, I hope you're having a great day. In this video, I'm going to be covering Atlas. Now, although he's had a very long history within Marvel, under various aliases, he made his very first appearance as Atlas in The Incredible Hulk, issue number 449, that was released in November of 1996. His real name is Erik Josten, and he's a powerful mutate that normally stands 6 feet 4 inches tall and weighs 225 pounds, although this is greatly variable, with him also currently having brown eyes and red hair. Now, whenever he can control it, Erik's body is charged with ionic energy, which he can channel into augmenting his strength and durability, as well as later developing the ability to grow to gigantic sizes. At his maximum, Erik has vast superhuman strength, whose upper limits are not quite known. Matter of fact, at one point he was almost able to beat Captain Marvel to death with his bare hands. Although at his base form, he can normally lift around 30 tons, which is still extremely significant. To go on, he's also nearly invulnerable at his maximum, as well as having limitless stamina, not to mention enhanced perception and reflexes. And I also need to mention the small fact that he's functionally immortal. Now, his size-altering abilities also allow him to grow up to around 60 feet, so far as we know, although he could possibly get bigger. And in addition to this, he has a whole host of latent energy manipulation abilities, which have fluctuated over time. And as far as we know, the only material that he's blatantly weak to is adamantium, which is very understandable. However, he's also susceptible to any type of device or situation that can bind ionic-powered beings' abilities, which would effectively cut off his power source. But other than that, dude is a beast. Now, Erik is a Marvel Comics superhuman character that has evolved over the decades from a mercenary villain into a reluctant hero. He actually first appeared as Power Man in the Avengers issue number 21 that was released in October of 1965. But as I stated earlier, over the years, he's gone by several aliases, including Power Man, Smuggler, Goliath, and ultimately Atlas, which is his most prominent identity as a member of the Thunderbolts. He was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and grew up on a farm. After serving in the US Army and later becoming a mercenary, he found himself working for the villainous Baron Heinrich Zemo. Zemo would use a variant of the ionic ray process, which was the same technology that empowered Simon Williams, aka the powerful Wonder Man, to transform Josten into a super strong enforcer. With this new strength, Josten adopted the name Power Man and clashed frequently with the Avengers. During this time, he was mostly portrayed as a muscle-bound villain, often serving in various villainous teams such as the Masters of Evil. However, he would only briefly lay claim to the name of Power Man until Luke Cage defeated him and took the name as his own, pushing Josten to abandon the moniker. As Josten's criminal career continued to flounder, he adopted the name Smuggler, using advanced stealth gear. But this persona would also prove unsuccessful, and he was soon captured and jailed. His next transformation came when he was recruited by the criminal scientist Dr. Carl Malice, who used Hank Pym's growth serum on him, allowing Josten to increase his size and mass. Josten would then take on the name Goliath, a title previously used by heroes like Pym. And now being able to grow over 60 feet tall and wield immense strength, Goliath became more formidable and served again with various Masters of Evil incarnations, most notably during the Siege of Avengers Mansion storyline. But overall, Josten's most dramatic character turn occurred in the aftermath of the Onslaught event, when Earth's mightiest heroes were presumed dead. Seizing the opportunity, Baron Zemo organized a team of villains to masquerade as a new superhero group, the Thunderbolts. Josten would then take on the name Atlas, and alongside Zemo, Songbird, Mach 1, Techno, and Meteorite, he pretended to be a hero in order to manipulate public trust. However, something unexpected happened. Josten and many of his teammates began to enjoy being heroes. He would gradually, genuinely strive for redemption and developed a close relationship with Songbird. Over time, Josten became one of the most steadfast members of the Thunderbolts, often battling internal guilt and identity crisis as he tried to shake off his criminal past. His redemptive arc was central to the Thunderbolts' narrative and helped shape the tone of the book, blending action with introspective storytelling about identity, legacy, and the possibility of change. And despite occasional relapses and conflicts, such as being manipulated by Baron Zemo or succumbing to rage when losing control of his powers, Atlas consistently demonstrated a desire to be better. Over the years, Atlas has remained a recurring presence in various Thunderbolts incarnations. He's been part of major storylines such as Civil War, Dark Reign, and Siege. Although sometimes sidelined, Erik Josten remains emblematic of the Thunderbolts theme, redemption through action, even when the path is difficult. In more recent years, he's even appeared in supporting roles and alternative versions, including the Avengers Academy and King in Black events. And despite never quite achieving A-list status, his character arc stands as one of Marvel's strongest examples of long-term character development. So from him being a mercenary thug to towering hero, Erik Josten's journey as Atlas has spanned decades and highlighted themes of redemption, identity, and the struggle to change. Though not always in the spotlight, his presence in the Marvel Universe, especially within the Thunderbolts, has left a lasting impression. Being a deeply flawed, but ultimately earnest figure, Atlas is a testament to Marvel's capacity for layered, evolving characters. Now, for his powers and abilities, and his influence on the Marvel Universe, for my 1 to 10 rating, I'll give Erik Josten, aka Atlas, a rating of 5, which is an enigmatic rating. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you next time. Be sure to like and subscribe to The New Sage.